52 Traders, episode 142.
And then it goes up by, for example, 7%. It would always at least fall back to the price that you sold it at. And in like the vast majority of cases, it'd fall much lower than the price that you sold it at, which means that you can sell and you can buy back at a lower price, right?
Join Cam every week on the 52 Traders podcast or at 52traders.com to learn how to trade like the pros. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not investment, trading, or financial advice of any kind.
What's up, traders? Welcome to another installment of the 52 Traders podcast. I'm your host, Cam Hawkins, and today we go back in time to a past guest of the show. We got him back on. It was episode 77 with Troy Bombardia. Now, Troy has got an absolutely amazing story to tell you about what's happened since his last show and this current one that he's doing for me today, that you can hear today. Now, he sent me a Skype message saying, hey, look, I'd like to come back on the show. He sent me a link, said, there's something I need to tell you first. Have a read of this. So jumped on there, and my word, I was absolutely glued to this page for about 25 minutes reading the backstory to Troy and what's really gone on. So there are a few little sneaky things in there that Troy's snuck into the first episode, which may or may not be 100% true, but what is true is the fact that this guy can trade and knows how to trade, I suppose, also invest, and is at what I would call expert level for such a young man, and you're going to hear from him today. So it's not the standard show again. This one, we dive off track completely in terms of we focus a lot on the fundamental side of trading and having an understanding of what really sort of makes things move and turn and twist, especially around the bigger indices. We talk about everything from cryptos to currencies to futures and the indices, of course, and metals and that sort of thing as well. So we go into silver as well, which is another thing that Troy's really skilled up on. So it's a fantastic interview. Troy reveals so much about, I suppose, A, himself, and B, the markets and how they move and operate. You'll find it's a marked difference from the first interview that I did with him. So if you do want to go back and listen to that, it's number 77, and you'll see that he reveals so much in this one, and you'll understand why he reveals so much and not as much as he did in the last one. But it's a doozy. It's a doozy. So, guys, without further ado, let's get on with the show. All right, folks, so here we are back on 52 Traders. We've got a past guest of the show back on for a couple of reasons. So we've got Troy Bombardia back on. Now, the first reason is he's got some trading ideas that he wants to share with us. And I thought, why not get him on? Because who doesn't want to hear a trading idea or two, and also some logic behind these trading ideas? So we're going to hear a bit more about that, and also, and I don't know if it's more importantly, but I think it is. He's got some stories to tell us. Stories to tell us from the last show that he was on, which was a number of episodes ago. But I suppose we're piecing the puzzle together here. Troy, so how are things over there in Sydney?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Nice weather, nice surf. Yeah, everything's pretty good.
Right, so look, you contacted me last week and said, hey, look, I want to come back on the show. I've sort of found a bit of freedom in my life, which we're going to hear about in a second, and want to start your blog up again, because I know a lot of people out there were contacting me going, Troy's blog's disappeared. Do you know how I get hold of him? And I think I sent you a couple of Skype messages and didn't hear anything back. And I suppose what we're going to do today is reveal what really sort of went on between the last interview and this one. And I think the guys that have caught up, follow the show and heard you back then, will be interested to hear what you've got to say today. So shall I leave it to you to fill in the blanks?
Yeah, awesome. Okay. So just a full story. So basically, I come from a relatively well-off family. And essentially my family is in the hedge fund business, but we only use our own capital, our own family's funds. And the reason being for that is because in order to generate outsized returns, you have to accept periodic large drawdowns. And if you were to open a hedge fund to outside investors, that would not be allowed. because that's why every hedge fund nowadays, they want to achieve, for example, 1 to 2% every single month, even though they can, if they trade on a longer time frame, or if they took greater larger trades, they could achieve larger long-term returns, but they can't because their investors care about that month-to-month return, right? So basically, my family's in the fund business, and it's primarily been run by my mom. And since I was 12 years old, this was the only thing that I was really ever allowed to do, which is to learn how to trade. And so I've been doing it since I was 12, trading stocks and commodities, mainly silver. But over the years, I've gravitated more and more towards the U.S. stock market and trading it through quantitative models instead of using discretionary trading. And so basically, I've been doing that. And then what I found out over the years is that certain markets follow very strong logic. For example, the U.S. Stock market, it follows the fundamentals a lot more. And any short-term deviations, for example, if the economy goes up but the market goes down, then that's just a technical deviation. And you can use technical analysis to predict some of those deviations and capture more of the returns. And so basically, more of my personal story, I was doing this, working on my trading. So basically, with the fund, what happened is over the years, I grew to manage the administration of our family fund.
All right, folks, hope you enjoyed that little teaser of the interview there. Now, as I said before, my name's Cam Hawkins, and this is 52 Traders. Look, it's been said that the fastest way to become rich is to find a successful trader and simply do what he's doing. However, the challenge is finding someone who really knows what they're doing and who's willing to share. Now, that's what you get here at 52 Traders, and that's what you get in this interview, the full interview, and all the other ones that I've done. Look, since 2015, I've been finding the very best traders who know what they're doing and getting them to share their expertise. Now, during this interview, you're going to hear just one of over 100 interviews that I've done, and I know you're going to love it, but this interview is just the tip of the iceberg. So over the course of the next 30 days, you'll have free access to my entire library of interviews with over 100 of the world's best traders. And you'll also enjoy my private chat room where past guests and other full-time traders are sharing charts and helping other traders 24/7. Have you ever wanted to talk to Larry Williams, who turned 10K into 1.1 million in less than a year? Or how about Timothy Sykes, Andrea Unger, Al Brooks, or Rob Booker? They're also in there along with many more. When you get started today, you'll immediately receive access to interviews with dozens of world-renowned experts in Forex, stocks, bonds, commodities, cryptocurrencies, options, and futures trading. And the great news is this series of interviews grows each month. That's because every month I talk to some of the best traders in the world, getting them to reveal their step-by-step trading methods and the secrets behind their trading success. So whether you trade Forex, futures, stocks, options, or cryptocurrencies, the knowledge and methods these traders share will help you take your trading profits to the next level. So why not give it a try? It's only $5 to get started and have instant access to over 100 interviews with some of the world's top traders and the 24/7 chat room where you get direct access to some of the world's best traders. Then after 30 days, if you like the comprehensive education you're getting, you can continue to receive up to 4 new interviews each month and the 24/7 chat room for only $5 a month. But if not, there's no obligation to continue. Where else would you get such direct access to the world's best traders for what many pay for a cup of coffee? So go ahead, click the link in the show notes, or go to 52traders.com